Just two adjacent girls living in a lovely world. They took a podcast train going anywhere, but kind of specifically through Austin, Texas. Yeah, hook 'em horns.
Welcome back, y'all. Welcome to Adjacent. We have an amazing guest today. So I've known her from Zilker. I was lucky enough to teach your son, Nolan. And she's a Zilker neighborhood friend. And gosh, we did like spring fling together. We did a bunch of fundraising, but we were on like all the crazy committees together.
She's a badass.
She's a badass. She's kind of like infamous in a good way.
She is infamous.
Yeah, you've done so much for so many different communities. We're so proud to have you as one of our friends.
And she's very important to me because she is the director of the Autism Society.
Yes.
So she means a lot to me. And I reach out to her all the time. It's like, if anything comes up, I'm like, for me or a friend, I'm like, Jacquie, what do you know? What do you know? What do you know? And she's always like the knowledge, the connection.
She's like the one that has the inside scoop.
She does.
She can help you get connected with what you need. But who do we have in the studio today?
Hey, it's our first person from the UK.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Originally from the UK. So.
I am. We have Jacquie Benestante.
Jacquie Benestante in the house.
Jacquie B.
Gosh, how old is Nolan now? Just real quick.
Oh my gosh. Well, thanks for having me, y'all. And Nolan is 20.
Okay, I taught him second grade.
Yeah.
Wow,
and he's
amazing.
Tall. How tall? Like
he's so
6'4"?
like big and tall. It's crazy. He's a
giant.
6'1" or 2". We keep thinking he's taller than he is, but he's about 6'2", and he's like big. He's just like a big guy.
He's a giant.
Crazy. Yeah, it's so weird. Like
such
when
a
you
handsome guy.
have a little kid and then they're huge in the end. You know.
He's the Brunch squad.
Yeah. So you're married to Chad.
Yes.
25
How's he
years.
doing?
25 years.
How's he doing?
Good. Yes.
And he is
he's a firefighter.
Yeah.
He's a firefighter. He switched careers. We moved here from New York when Nolan was like 18 months old, actually.
Yeah.
And he used to work in an office job, and he went to school for journalism and marketing and stuff and advertising, and then became a firefighter. So he's a lieutenant right now in the Austin Fire Department, and he loves it. He's like,
which house?
He's oh my gosh, he just moved. He was he's at Station 50 now, which is kind of out near Coda. But he was at the airport for a while and then in South Austin forever at 36.
Oh my God.
And it's been so dry, and it's so we need rain.
I know we
need
I do rain
desperately.
Yes.
And it's so there's been a couple of fires because it's been so dry, not in Austin, and so proper, but it's been unnerving.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very,
yes,
very.
totally.
Especially after the LA fires, you get really nervous.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, totally.
Well, and if there's a fire in Austin, because we don't have any spaces.
We have a lot of trees.
Yeah,
and then
it's scary. Like if balconies ever catches on fire,
we're not going to put that out there. Knock on wood.
It's like, it's so
Think a thought. Think a thought, Shelly.
Okay, how did you and Chad meet?
Oh, this is a funny story. We met at a teen nightclub in Houston.
Teen
nightclub. Yep. It was like in the 80s, like late 80s.
Oh, I remember those.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Private.
So all the new wavy stuff, like kind of like a new wave teen club. And he had just gotten his license, and I was like 14 and a half. So we dated in high school, and he went to a different high school because I met him at the teen nightclub. So we dated in high school. We broke up kind of in college. He went away to school out of state. And then we got back together like near the end of my college. So we've been together for like a really, really, really long time overall. Like we were together, like it's 25 years this year, but we've been together, I don't know, it's in the 30, 40 years. I don't even know. Like a long, long time, you know? So yeah, because we were together like 7 or 8 years before we got married, and we've been together 25 years. And then before that, we were together in high school. So,
wow.
Yeah, but that's how I met him.
So you were born in the UK?
I was.
And then Houston.
Yeah, I know.
Military? Military?
So no, my dad was in like sort of like engineering, and he worked when we lived in England, he worked for a European company, but they also had offices in the US. And so he got moved to Houston for like the petrochemical engineering stuff.
Oh, okay.
And so that's why we ended up moving from England to Houston, which was like the culture shock of a lifetime.
From the UK.
I did not love it. I hated it. I cried like every day when we first arrived.
What part of Houston?
Northeast Houston, like suburbs, like Atascocita, Humboldt, Kingwood area, kind of northeast, like suburbs. Basically.
Oh, the east side.
Yeah, near like Atascocita is where we lived in the Houston area. I mean, it's not really Houston. It's like near Humboldt. I went to Humboldt High School.
Okay.
So, that's why we moved to Houston. And originally we were only going to live there for about 4 years. And I was in 4th grade when we moved. And man, we lived in a tiny village in England. And our whole school in England had 7 villages that used to go to one school. And it was like maybe 120 students. And then I went to move to the suburbs of like Humble, and then went to this elementary school with like 500, 600 kids. And I was like so confused about like how they were teaching things and the school system. And I had to learn all the metric stuff. You know what I mean? Like we did sun meters and meters. And so I didn't know even... It was
you had to learn customary, which is the stupidest thing ever.
Then I was trying to learn the inches stuff, and it just was so I just didn't really understand what the heck was going on. It was a hard transition.
Are you an only child?
No, I have a sister.
You do?
I do. We're really
Where's
close.
your sister?
She lives in San Antonio.
What's her name?
Michelle, and she's younger. She's like 2.5 years younger than me. So she and I both.
Is she cool like you?
Is she cool? She is really cool. She's awesome. She's really smart and really cool. Yes, she's awesome.
Wow.
Yes. She used to be a teacher. She's not now, but yeah, she's great.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's a lot of moving around and everything. And then
Jacquie has a sister.
I know. I love it.
Yeah.
Sister relationships are the best.
Yeah. We text and talk a lot. Like we're really close. Yeah.
So after Humble High School, where did you go?
Oh goodness. Well, college, I moved.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, I was kind of I couldn't figure out college either. Like in England, back when my parents were younger, people didn't go to college quite as much. It's a little more common now, but my parents didn't go to college. Yeah. And we were from, England. We didn't know. I'm the older one. We didn't really understand college or how that worked that well. There's so much support now. I feel like back when we were younger, there was not.
Right.
But I wanted to major in fashion. So I wanted to do fashion design.
Have really good style.
Oh, thank you. So I wanted to major in fashion design. I didn't know where to go to school.
Yeah.
I missed the UT Austin deadline because I didn't even know it was coming up. People were getting their acceptances and I was like, oh, whoa, what? Should I apply to college? So I went to, seriously, that's what it was like. I was so confused. Yeah. And then I'm trying to think about it. So I actually went to Southwest Texas State for a semester. Yeah. So I took some
Southwest, not
Southwest,
Texas
not
State.
Texas State. Yeah, now it's Texas State, and that's where Nolan is actually.
Yeah.
But Southwest Texas, I went for a semester. I really couldn't figure out what I was doing. They only had merchandising there. They didn't even have fashion design.
No.
So I randomly picked a school that didn't have a program I wanted.
Right.
I also wanted to take a semester, a year off. So after high school graduation, I moved to England and lived with my aunt for a little while near London, and I worked in London. So I worked in retail in London in a clothing store on Oxford Street, and it was super fun. But then I kind of got homesick and came home. Then I went to Southwest Texas, and I started in January. I didn't really meet anybody. They had already had orientation. Everyone already knew everybody. Yeah. January is a terrible time to start college. So I only went there for a semester. Then I came home. Then I was just literally crying in the summer, I don't want to go back. And my mom was like, it's okay. So I ended up enrolling in community college in Houston. I went to, I don't know what it's called now, Lone Star. I don't know what it was called, but it was in Kingwood. Went to community college for a year. Then I went to UT Austin.
Okay.
So I went to 3 different schools. So I graduated from UT Austin, and they actually do have a design program. And they still do. So I majored in fashion, merchandising, and design. I have a bachelor's in textile science, which is so funny for what I'm doing now. Not using my degree a lot.
At all.
Well,
most people aren't.
A lot of
That's
people
true.
don't.
That's true.
Real estate.
So, and then so I went to UT Austin in the end. That's where I actually graduated from.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. That's
What
such
a
odd
trip.
And so then did Chad just follow you from all of these places? Or how did y'all stay connected?
Well, we would kind of, it's funny because it was like before, I don't even know if we had cell phones back then. You know what I mean?
No.
I think we literally just had the real phone. And he would call me every year
I'm going
or
to call you on the payphone.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that, yeah. So my parents had lived in the same house. He would occasionally call our house. He went to school in Missouri.
Number? What's the phone number?
Do
you know it?
For real? My old phone number?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it?
281-852-6188.
I love that.
Yeah.
Y'all, we used to know everybody's phone number.
I used to know everybody's numbers. Yeah.
I don't even know.
It's crazy.
I know Jody's number. That's it.
I don't even know her number.
I barely know Nolan's phone number. I was like, you don't have to memorize anything anymore.
No.
Our brains are filled with other stuff.
It's true. Other stuff has taken its place for sure. Yeah. But we would just kind of keep in touch. And then Chad's dad lived in Austin. So he graduated like a year and a half before me from University of Missouri. But his dad actually passed away when he was pretty young. And he ended up having to come back here and stay here. So he was here and I was going to UT. So we got back together. But then it was funny. I moved to New York without him, and he was kind of finally he was kind of like, "Oh, we're too young to date." And then I moved to New York, and I was kind of like, "Woohoo! New York is awesome!"
Yeah.
And then he came up like a few months later, but then we totally got together once he moved to New York.
I can 100%
love
see
that.
you in New York.
Oh my God, I love it. I still love it.
You're
I'm glad I
so
don't live there
trendy
now,
and cool.
but it was so awesome. Like when you're in your 20s and you don't have kids. I did have Nolan there. Don't recommend having kids there. It's a lot of hassle.
Yeah.
But it was so great.
I don't recommend having kids in snow. I remember
getting them dressed over and over and over
you
again.
have to put all those layers
that
on,
gear.
and Nolan wouldn't wear some of the gear, like the mittens and stuff. And I had old ladies literally yelling at me like, your kids' hands are gonna freeze, and it's like he wouldn't wear the mittens. He was pulling pieces off.
I love that accent. I love the accent you just went.
I'm like, it's not your business.
Yeah, I know. So he was fun.
No, but I remember we lived in Montana for a while with Hayden, and it was like putting him in the snow gear, taking him out of the snow gear, and it was like
it was a big
you
job.
get in the car, and it was like
you have to take everything off.
Take everything off again because they're going to sweat to death.
No, well, being Southern, I was like, I'm not going to turn the heat on because I just put you in like 5 layers of shit.
Oh, that's smart.
And so it was like, I'm not just, so we're driving around freezing, and it's 10 below, and we're like,
no, thank you.
So
that's
crazy.
not my jam.
No, it's rough. It's like, it's so much effort to get them out the door and put those little snowsuits on and all the stuff. It's like, I
don't know why
it's
people
rough.
do it.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, some people like 4 seasons. They don't like just one.
I did love the seasons, but when we lived in Jackson Hole, we didn't have to drive anywhere. Like we just walked everywhere.
Yeah.
And then I had flip-flops under my desk, and so
you just kind of
I honestly do not like to have a heater on at all. I hate the heat.
She doesn't like the heater. You'd rather do a fire.
No, I don't. I don't want those. Yeah.
I love a warm space. I cannot do cold at all.
No.
Like today, I was like, it was a little chilly this morning. And I put the fireplace on.
It was 72.
It was 60.
No, we got down to like 56. That's cold for here.
Cold.
It's cold.
I put the fireplace on. Okay, so you're not doing anything in your with your degree. You're not following that. So what are you doing these days?
Well, so I have been, like Shelly said, I've been working at Autism Society almost 10 years. It's going to be like 10 years this August.
10 years.
Which is crazy. Yeah, it went by so fast. I feel like time just flies. But I started working there when Nolan was in 5th grade. At the end of Zilker, I was working 20 hours a week. And I was like, oh, that's great. I can totally manage that.
Cool story, bro.
So, yeah. And so I've had, all the jobs there. I did some coordinating volunteers and a lot of stuff like we were doing at Zilker Elementary, organizing fundraisers, kind of coordinating volunteers, helping parents or connecting,
that's a big
all
job.
kinds of stuff. Newsletter. I did the PTA newsletter for a while, stuff like that. So I was doing that stuff for Autism Society, but I just got more and more into it. I got into public policy like from the start, only because my boss at the time, Suzanne Potts, could not go to this like national advocacy thing. And she was like, do you want to go? She had a big conflict at the time. And I was like, yeah. So I got to go. And
Suzanne,
so I've gotten into that.
Suzanne was
do you remember? Yeah, Suzanne was the executive director.
No,
she hired me.
We've sat on boards together.
Yeah. So Suzanne hired me.
Suzanne.
I do too. Yeah. So she hired me.
Huge fan.
So I've been there since then and just doing all the jobs, and then got and then about 3 years ago, I guess it's been around 3 years, our exec director
autism,
left.
Fashion, autism.
Still connected.
Yes.
I ended up interviewing for the job. Like our exec director left, and we had a few different ones, and I was kind of like, I think I can do this. So here I am.
Being a mom of somebody with autism, I always feel like Anne Hart, Jacquie B. Like, I feel like I didn't know Suzanne was even.
She was exec director for I don't know, at least 2 or 3 years. I'm not sure how long it was now.
Thank you.
Yes.
Wow. So,
thank you.
What are some big things that people need to be paying attention to? Like, because a lot of the a lot of the politics are changing. We're not going to get political, but
I might.
What are some things that are changing in the world of autism or in the nonprofit zone, so to speak?
Gosh,
so it's such a divisive community. It's so divided.
Yeah.
It's so
what divides it?
Biomedical,
everything. It's kind of surprising, and it's like because
acceptance, awareness.
Yeah, there's all these different languages. And it's like a landmine of language and issues, and at
ABA,
autism, yes, non-ABA. There's just so many controversies surrounding autism, and it's kind of a shame. I mean, I wish
it is so
because
sad.
It's like everyone could just move forward together, and we try to rise above the
y'all do
controversy,
and you do a good job.
Thank you. And we try to really we work with a lot of autistic adults as well. I mean, we have autistic adults working for us. We have autistic adults on our board. We have groups for autistic adults. So we try to respect everybody's opinions and try to kind of walk a line of making everybody happy,
It's very hard.
Which is hard.
It's really,
really hard in the autism world. And the ABA controversy is so deep. And I think there's so much misinformation out there about it too. And I think, what was going on, I understand the origins are awful, and I have where people are like, have you read everything? I have. Believe me, I've read it. We've researched it.
Yeah.
And so I understand the criticisms and where that came from, but it's not really like that anymore, And yes, I would say there are some organizations that are pushing a lot of hours, but there's a lot of great ABA therapists that are doing play-based and natural ABA and doing these kids and adults are learning some great skills. We know
Dr. Carbone saved our life. I can't.
Yeah.
I am an ABA mom. 100%. And it's VBA for us. And so, but the divisiveness, I've had people just come at me on social media, and it's like, why do you have an opinion about what programming I'm doing for my child?
Yeah.
Why do you have an opinion about it?
So those of you that don't know what ABA is, it's applied behavioral analysis therapy. Some of the controversies that are stemming from this practice is some people believe that you're trying to suppress some of the autistic behaviors rather than understanding, and that could lead to potentially harmful individualized well-being. But I've never seen that. I've seen kids that work in ABA with ABA therapists. I see that you're directly teaching some skills that are not innate to that person, that they need to have
a different level of
life
teaching.
skills. It's a life skill that you're having to directly teach.
Yes.
That it's not an innate skill for people that are on, some of the kids are adults that are on the spectrum. Yeah. So I've only seen really great practices come out of ABA, to be honest. But I want people, you have to educate yourself. You have to be open to different.
And I think, like, as far as the ABA stuff, I mean, we've seen, like, so many people, it's like a lot of kids with autism and young adults and teens. We know a lot of ages doing it for different things, but I mean, a lot of skills need to be really like broken down into very small parts, explicitly taught so that you like understand it and you retain it. And somebody that I know that is on our board of directors runs a cafe in Houston, the Houston area, and they're using ABA to teach like barista skills, working in a cafe. You know what I mean? So they're breaking down like how to be a good employee, how to be, all these different skill sets.
Well, and it's something like Jody's a teacher.
Teach some autonomy.
She does this for, like, if somebody cannot figure out how to count, she turns to, whether you know it or not,
there's so many
to an
skills.
ABA
yeah, you do.
way of teaching to teach that skill.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, it is.
Yeah, so y'all are up against, and then you have the biomedical, which can also be, you have two different camps.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of things that are dividing.
So, and it's I have to say, it is not serving anyone. The divisiveness.
Right.
It's like, it is a, honestly, for me, I'm like, I don't want to be, I've had so many people attack me about being an ABA mom that I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah, then you get to a lot of parents get to the point where they don't want to like talk about what they're doing. And even if parents are having a good experience, which is a lot of people's, like when people have actually tried ABA, they have a good experience, right? Because the practitioners now know that like kids, it's not that comfortable for people with autism to make eye contact. No one's forcing eye contact anymore. They know stimming is calming. You know what I mean? And so it's like things have changed. And, but yet
there's times when you have to teach people on the spectrum, like there's a time to stem, because if you're in a lesson or you're learning something and the stimming is happening, then it can take precedence over the learning. So you have to say, this is not our time. We have to learn to come, we have to teach kids. We have to teach kids how to code switch. There's things I do at home, like I might fart and burp at home, but I'm not going to do it in public.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's good to have some parameters or an alternative. Like if your stim is like flying your arms around in all directions, like what can you do in its place when you're sitting, or like what's a substitute or,
But nobody's trying to get rid of the uniqueness of autism. Nobody's trying to stifle that at all. We know that there's so many different types of people in the world, and we want everybody to be included. And but I think what we're trying, like what I believe when I work with children with on the spectrum or with behavioral disabilities or whatever, it's more that we're trying to teach them like what are expected behaviors and unexpected behaviors and what's going to help everybody feel comfortable, and then that gives you more access to peer interactions and things of that sort. But I do know that this is a fine line, and your group does a great job of trying to walk the line of like all ideas are accepted, and we're going to do our part to educate everybody on the various ideas. And then as their caretakers, then you can choose what you feel is best for your child based on their needs, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because everybody's different.
Yeah. Everybody's different. And their way of getting to that goal is their way of getting to that goal, whatever their goal is.
Yeah.
They've got to climb that mountain. Gosh. So how did you stumble upon working on all of this? Because this seems so like, what a road.
What a daunting.
Now, I will tell you, Jacquie, out of all the parents that I worked with, you were the most diplomatic, the most kind, the most understanding and accepting. So I think that's probably what really brought you to it, was just like you saw a need and then you just were like, I'm very good with people.
Thanks. That's so great. Well, you were one of our favorite teachers.
Well, thank you.
And definitely, like so great, and so
and you were in Nolan was
second grade.
Second grade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so we had such a good year. that year. But yeah, I think, so kind of family connections and different things kind of brought me to it. And just like, I had volunteered with Autism Society a little bit before when Nolan was younger. And then when they advertised the position for 20 hours, I was like, oh, this is perfect. It's like 20 hours and flexible. And obviously with Chad being a firefighter, I didn't have a lot of like he's at work, you know what I mean? When you're at work, you're at work. So it was kind of nice to be, they had I could work during Nolan's school schedule and stuff like that. So that's kind of what, and then I was doing so much of that type stuff at Zilker, of what the job was at the time that I was like, this is a great fit. And then I've just kind of grown into all of it. But even before I worked here, I read a lot about like education and autism and disabilities and articles and for personal knowledge and as a personal interest, and so I just like the job. Like it's a good fit for me.
Yeah. So are you considered like a lobbyist for the autism community? Do you work within the?
She's the executive.
Yeah,
like within
she's the all-knowing, powerful
the Congress.
Yeah, I am not technically like a lobbyist. There's like really like rules about that and like how many hours and you have to register as a lobbyist. But just as like in my role as executive director, our organization does advocacy work and public policy work. And most of the work I do is at the state level. But I am on the Federal Public Policy Committee for Autism Society of America, and I've been on that for since it started, probably about 7 years now.
Wow.
And we just meet monthly, but they run, we kind of discuss issues and policy, and they have a team there. Our national office has a team that works on federal policy, so I don't have to like be the driver of that. They're kind of just telling us like, here's the deal. Here's, here, go.
Forward this message.
Send this message now. Yeah. Call Cruise Important.
Yeah.
And then statewide we do the most of it. I mean, it makes sense. It's during the legislative session, so it's right now. So
all 4 hours of the legislative session.
It's so crazy.
It's nuts.
It's so nuts. I mean, I don't know if it'd be better to do it every year. We're one of the few states that only has it every other year.
It's
and I mean,
nuts.
If y'all saw that hearing
a
couple of weeks ago, the voucher hearing was from 8 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. the next day. And they just really only stopped it because some of those representatives had committee meetings at 8 a.m. on different committees
and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So it's such insanity.
That's
and
so bizarre.
So much work. But so I do a lot of that stuff, but I also work a lot with all the disability organizations. There's a lot of organizations like Disability Rights Texas and ARC of Texas and Coalition of Texans with Disabilities.
Yeah.
And they all have public policy people. Like sometimes all they do is public policy, or they have a whole public policy team, like 3 people just dedicated to public policy. And for us, it's just me and it's part of my job,
Right.
It's
a lot.
And so, so I'm like, I'll be at the Capitol working on the autism walk. You know what I mean? I'm like, trying to wait to testify, but trying to answer emails, conduct meetings. I hosted an autistic adult group from the Capitol sitting on the floor on my laptop last session, so I'm like, it's a little crazy, but I'm not technically a lobbyist, but I do try to, we definitely advocate for like SPED funding, special ed reform, all teach public school funding, all the disability issues, like lifespan really issues.
Yes. Yeah.
And I have to say that I'm not in school, and I don't have a kid in public school anymore. But special ed, we have to have public schools.
Yes.
Or it's no longer inclusive. And so it's like, it is vital that public schools are supported, and we can't have everybody in their separate groups, and we can't have that does not serve anybody well.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be political.
Well, I think this is like the one thing I'm just so passionate about.
Oh my gosh. Public school is so vital.
It's important. And I see unfortunately, we have a lot of kids that get kicked out of charter schools or get kicked out of, I've had kids kicked out of mental hospitals. I've had kids kicked out of charter schools, out of private schools. And if you get rid of public ed, what that does, if you open up the voucher system to the point that they want to, what that does is it will water down what public schools will be able to do, because what I found when I was growing up in public schools, we went to Johnston, we were bused there. It was a very good experience for us, but we had a diverse group of people together and we learned from one another. If you take away the diversity of the economic diversity, the experiences of the various people that are there, if you take away and you isolate populations, that segregation, the neurodiversity, it's only going to damage your population. You're not going to be able to educate people to the degree that they need to be educated.
It's such a disservice.
It is.
You're not giving them the access to the peers that they need to be, that everybody needs to live in a community together. So I think people should be able to send their kid to private schools, send your kid to charter schools, but you need to fund the public.
However, but like,
absolutely,
even the diversity of a charter school and all of that is like a lot of charter schools. Then there's everybody's similar. Everybody's one piece of the puzzle, and I'm like, who are you serving?
Wow.
Why do you want that? Why don't you want the diversity? Why don't you want the neurodiversity, economical diversity, race diversity?
It's just we're in a very important time that we all need to stand up for what's right for all of our young kids.
Thank you for doing the good work, Jacquie B.
We interviewed Christian Bolden, and he talked about how he was bused in San Antonio from place to place. And he said, people that are making decisions for children do not listen always what's best for children.
I think that's true. I mean, it's true. I cannot believe how many legislators, like I've sat in those hearings for vouchers, and the people that are coming up with this legislation truly think it's going to help all kids. I mean, they're doing it with good intentions. And it's like, how do you guys not know? It's because you don't have a kid with autism, or you don't have a kid with a disability, and you don't understand how this is going to play out. It sounds amazing. It's very idealistic. It's not. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Our kids they're not going to take your kid with autism in the private school, or they're going to take your money and your kid's going to be kicked out. I mean,
the private programs are not going to take, they do those tests and they're like, there's a difference. And they're not going to take somebody with the ADHD. They're not going to, and you're missing out.
They're barely going to deal with any disabilities. They don't have to. I mean, just forget
mental health.
Whatever.
Exactly.
Mental health issues.
And so then you're isolating people by their ability.
And it's unbelievable. And, there's a few, I mean, y'all probably are familiar with a couple of them here, but there's a few really great autism private schools in the state. But I mean, there's like literally 2 or 3 in each major city, and they're like $20 to $40,000 a year. So, and no transportation. So, I mean, this, like,
well, they're not.
What is everybody else going to do around the whole state?
And they're not great. They're just willing to do a program. They're not. I've looked at a lot of them. I've sat on boards for some of them, and it's like these are not. These are surviving programs, and it is not. It is not pretty.
Yeah, we need to have a robust system for our children.
But it has to be a good public school system.
It's a missed opportunity. It's a missed opportunity for everybody.
Yeah,
well, what's going to happen is you're going to have San Francisco situation where they can't educate their masses, and then you have your haves and your have-nots, and then it gets more separated, and then your population is having to live far, the lower income population is having to live way far from where they work, and then they're having to get moved in, and then you don't have the workers, and then the people aren't coming into your city to work, and then you're like,
well, it's like Atlanta. Like Atlanta always has this ebb and flow thing happening where nobody can live downtown anymore because of
whatever reason.
And then they all push out, and then they're like, we're going to come back and we're going to make this work, and then they have this ebb and flow constantly going, and Austin's on the verge of being at that. I mean,
well, and if we don't protect the public education, you're not going to have the people that you want working in your cities. They're not going to be able to work here.
Yeah.
So
and then
we're on a soapbox.
And then we go to AI.
My huge soapbox. Okay, I have an off topic.
Okay.
How do you unwind? How do you, after doing all of this hard work? I mean,
I feel like
what do you do?
I feel like
unwind?
You dance. I feel
my gosh.
Yeah. Normally I just kind of chill. Like I try to like work, and then stop. And in the evenings, and I usually just try to like kind of watch shows, stop working. I do try to have a
What do
away.
you watch?
Oh, just, White Lotus, whatever's going on like, we just started Adolescence last night.
Oh my gosh, I watched that.
Okay, I've only watched the first episode.
I'm not going to tell you.
Okay, yeah, it's so well acted already. I had like a couple of people had recommended it.
I mean,
but
that kid
Have you
actor is
ever thought of
incredible.
being an actor?
I did do theater in like high school and
I
stuff.
can see it.
I like it. And speech and drama. I did LD, like speech debate.
Highly recommend having
theater,
kids do that.
I
stuff
can
like
see
that.
I can see it.
That came in handy because I'm not really scared to like talk in front of a group anymore.
Yeah.
And, I did do all those like oratory contests and stuff and speech and drama. So, but I'll like just watch TV, go out. My husband's really into sports, so I ended up if I wanted to see him, I'm going to have to go to the sporting event.
And he's a Texan fan.
He is Houston Texans. Yeah, he's from Houston. He's like lifelong Houston, like born in Houston.
And sometimes he's an Oiler.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He loves the Oilers. He has a Dan Pastorini jersey.
Yeah.
And he wears it to every single game. And people are like, Pastorini. Like the old school people are like, Pastorini. And then people are like, why are you a Tennessee Titans fan? Like we've got like the younger people are like, why are you wearing a Tennessee jersey?
Well, they're
it's
just
like,
uneducated.
Come on, have some respect, people.
They probably go to charter
Shut up, clown.
So he's into Houston Texans, and we had season tickets for a long time. Even though like we lived in Austin, he would go every game. He would drive every single like every home game. He would go for the day to Houston.
Wow.
I would occasionally go. And then he's also really
I appreciate the loyalty.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. And then we
That he was never a Tennessee Titan.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Always
absolutely not.
Houston.
Houston all the way.
Houston
Oh,
Oilers.
yeah, I know that.
Houston Oilers. Houston Oilers #1. Dun, 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 dun.
We used to have the record.
Really?
And then on the other side of
Texas, I kind of thought it was just big.
There were two types of people in Texas. You were either a Dallas Cowboy
The
fan.
assholes from
We were not.
Dallas.
Oh, we hate Dallas.
And
Hate
you
Dallas.
were a Houston Oiler fan. And so our mom
I hate
and
Dallas.
dad, they loved the Houston Oilers, but we had the record and we would play it and we'd sing it and then we'd flip it and it was like, Big
Batter.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh my gosh. That's so cool. That song was like so popular in Houston.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's cool. Yeah. And then Austin FC, we also like, he's really into
Yeah.
soccer.
Soccer.
And then in England, I mean, my dad watched English football. You know what I mean? Like I've always kind of been aware, and it's, somewhat into, I watched all the World Cup games. Like when I lived in England, when I was living in London, it was like 1990.
Why don't you have an English accent?
Oh, me and my sister practiced trying to lose it. We got made fun of a lot. Like in elementary school, it was awful. Like when
How
we first
rude.
moved. Yeah.
Kids can be kind of mean.
Kids were mean. I mean, people were just, I don't know if they were making fun of us so much or it was curiosity, but I think we just felt like we didn't really fit in. And kids were asking us to like talk and say things. And, just I don't know. It just made us feel weird. I think.
You on the boat when the boat tipped over?
Yeah. So we would actually try to be like, you'll, y'all, like we would really try to like do it. And kind of work. I mean, I feel like I almost tried to work on my American accent, but then I just picked it up, But my parents still have British accents, and all the time they live in New Braunfels now. And people got to eat, and people are like, "Where are you from?" And they're like, "New Braunfels, New Braunfels, Like, and people are like, "Really?" And I'm like, "They're from England originally, But it happens all the time to them, and that they used to be like humble, or whatever.
Oh, that's such a bummer.
So they still have their accents, and it's strong.
Bring the accent back, Jacquie.
It's
We're done. Yeah, I think we're done. I could
deal.
maybe fake it, but no. Yeah, so we kind of worked on it, but my sister totally has an American accent too. It's kind of weird. Yeah.
That is weird.
Yeah.
That's kind of sad. Okay, where are your favorite places to go other than go to UFC? Where are your favorite restaurants in Austin? I really want to know where you go and eat.
Where do you go to dance? That's where I wanna
We don't go dancing anywhere, so I do not go dancing.
Just
I
at
like
home.
dancing.
I know.
That's funny. I like dancing. I never go, and I actually I was thinking, I'm always thinking about joining a gym. I never do it. I might do it this summer. But I was thinking about going, like before I started working and when Nolan was younger, I used to go do Zumba and stuff, like dance classes, like actually take dance
That
classes
sounds
at dance
fun.
studios. Because I used to be in dance team and stuff in high school.
Yeah.
So I've done dance for a
At
long time.
Humble.
And Humble. I was on the, And so, but I don't ever go dance. But I was actually thinking about joining a gym just so I could take some of the dance classes at the gym, or get back into that because it's so fun. And I have like more time now that Nolan's away at school. So I might, but I don't do that. And then eating, it's funny. You're like, where do you guys eat? Because me and Chad are always like, we don't decide to go do something till it's like last minute. And then we're like, oh, all the really good restaurants have like, you have to, it's like you need a reservation of, ages in advance. So I don't even know where our favorite... I don't know. I mean, I like Tex-Mex Asian food. We're probably going to eat at like Din Ho barbecue tonight before we go to the game. It's like Chinese. It's over. It's really good. Yeah. Like, it's really good. And, but yeah. And then I'm trying to think what else.
Because y'all live in the Zilker neighborhood. Food. There's so many cool places over there.
We go to Matt's El Rancho sometimes because we're super close to that. Yeah, that's good. And it's funny, we don't go there nearly enough. We just went there the other week with a friend from New York. And he's a Texan, but he lives in New York. And he's like, I want Tex-Mex. We went to Matt's El Rancho and we were like, this is good. Why don't we come here more? You know?
It's so fun. Funny. It's a fun place.
It is a fun place. And I'm trying to think where we just ate. I don't know. I can't even.
Hey, what's empty nesting like?
Yeah.
Oh, it's good and weird. Like, but overall good. Like, I think everybody was like, oh, you're going to miss him so much when he goes to college. And I like saw these social media, like the blogs and but I was actually kind of
happy for him.
Happy. Yeah, I think I was happy for him. I didn't feel really sad. And also maybe it's easier because he's like 40 minutes away.
Yeah.
So if he was like in Lubbock, which we did, we looked at Texas Tech too. I mean, if he was in Lubbock, it might be a different story.
Yeah.
But we're really enjoying life. Like Chad comes and walks with me now. I think we do more. I feel like we do a little more things together.
Yeah.
Also, I think I was just excited for Nolan. It was such a huge deal for him to go to college and live in the dorm.
And he's at Texas State.
And he's at Texas State.
He's a Bobcat.
And he loves that school.
Is he a sophomore?
It's a great school.
He's a sophomore. He went to ACC for a year. So
okay.
He lived at home, so that was helpful too because we wanted to see how that was going to go.
Transition.
Yeah.
Good transition, and helped me to see what college was going to be like and if he was going to need some extra support.
It?
He loves it.
And what is he studying?
So this is funny. After years of, I bet, you'll remember this. No, he was into aviation for years, like obsessed.
He loved planes.
But then he switched to nursing. He just came out of nowhere. He started being like, I want to be a nurse. And this was just really recently. And we were like, what?
I love that for him.
Yeah, well, he's so, as y'all know, I won't talk about it too much, but there's some learning challenges going on. So the nursing schools are so competitive. So hard.
God.
The Texas State
especially
one takes
Texas State.
Yeah, they take like 120 students. You have to have I think now you have to have a 3.5 or something. It's insanity. So hats off to nurses because those programs are tough. But Nolan is majoring in public health right now.
Perfect.
And his other obsession as of the last few years has been cops, like the TV show Cops. So he knows everything there is to know about cops and all the logos on the cop cars. He collects cop cars, all the cop cars from all the different police departments all over the country.
Cool.
In every county.
Hey, everybody, send cop cars.
Send cop cars. Yeah, send us cop cars for cop stuff. So, huge fan of cops. And so, so basically he's doing public health. He's minoring in criminal justice. And
one of our friends who we're interviewing tomorrow is one of an adjunct professor at Texas State.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mindy, Dr. Mindy.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
We'll have to connect.
One of our very close friends is APD.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
So we can connect.
Okay. Oh,
she's an instructor.
Okay, awesome. All right,
good to know.
Good. Okay,
we got some
that's
ins for you.
Yeah, we need them. So so he's doing that, and he's really enjoying it. It's like this is his first semester of doing any classes because he had to take some, a lot of beginner stuff at ACC last year, but he's first year in major.
I think there's a space for him.
And criminal. Texas State has an incredible criminal justice community program.
Yeah.
So it's really actually one of the best.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
That's
so
really great.
Strong.
And he might go back. It's kind of crazy.
Public health is so neat.
Public health is cool. And it's kind of a blend of like nonprofit and health and helping people. But he may go back to AC. We're going to go meet with them this summer. Mm-hmm. But he might do some sort of certificate program. He really wants to sort of be like directly in nursing or nurse assistant. But we might do a vocational certificate certificate, but he wants to get a bachelor's and he's very motivated. So this is sort of laying a good framework.
Yeah.
And then we'll figure out the next thing. So, you know what? We're doing some of that at Autism Society, actually. We've done some before. And we're doing an event with Austin Police, like May 3rd. And it's kind of like a community outreach event. And and they have
there's a space.
Kind of the outreach and the mental health training. They've got a lot of things.
Yeah,
and
they do. They're
huge
phenomenal.
Area of need for that.
Yeah.
So it could be really cool.
So you're probably in touch with our friend Veronica.
There's so many avenues that people can take in any of those types of like the public health or the criminal justice. There's like so many different avenues. So that's going to be great.
Highly needed.
Yeah. And he likes it. He's like totally absorbing it. It's like really exciting to see him like get it and understand it, and like not like some of the more academic classes where it's just he seems to really get it and like it. It's really
I think
cool.
this is important that I know we kind of leaned in on it a little bit. Jody was Nolan's second grade teacher.
Yeah.
And then Jacquie B is also really good friends with our friend Tammy Thompson.
Yeah. I listened to Tammy's interview. That was fun.
So funny.
Yeah.
So who is your squad these days?
Oh, you know, I have just, it's funny. I think I'm not as good as at hanging out with, like, there's a lot of people that I really like.
Well, you got Chad back. You got, and I don't. Your squad is Chad.
My squad might be Chad. That might be true. We have a handful, a small group of friends, and I honestly have to do a better job, of reaching out to friends and making plans, you know, but I've got a few, like a small group of friends, mostly parents of kiddos that Nolan knew or were friends of Nolan around that age, and we still go out and like have drinks or go out to dinner or something.
That's how we are.
Yeah. So
that's so cute.
So important.
So what are your big wishes for Nolan?
Oh, gosh. Well, you know, he's already on the road. I mean, I just want him to be, like, independent and, I think what everybody wants for their kid, you know, like independent, happy. You know, he had some good friends in high school. It's definitely harder to make friends. It's been a little harder to make friends in college, but he's getting there, you know.
He'll get there.
For everyone.
Yeah. And the kids are so, like, in their dorms, just on their phones all the time now, you know? It's like, it does
so annoying.
It doesn't seem like they socialize that as much.
We didn't have cell phones.
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah. You had to go and actually talk to people face to face.
Yeah.
Wanted to talk to them. So, I just want him to just, you know, be happy, be comfortable what he's doing, you know, and he is.
Right.
You know?
And I'll tell you, I think most of my very close friends, other than in school, like elementary, middle school, and high school, my best friends are like people I've worked with because you're kind of trauma bonded.
That's true.
So I think once Nolan moves into, you know, his career, then he'll make a lot of friends that way because you just get really connected with the people you work with.
Agreed.
You do.
I do feel that. I do feel people connect. Yeah.
Okay. What are your 3 mad loves other than Chad and Nolan? What are things that you love so much that you're just like, oh, this is so great. I love this.
Things are people.
I
should have read the pre-interview questions. Like when I was coming up here, I was like, "Oh, Shelly."
No, what are your like things that you really love? Like it could be food, or it could be things, or it could be experiences.
Dancing.
It could be
Well,
a murdery White Lotus.
No,
can I say wine and coffee? No.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. So I
what kind of wine? What kind?
Mostly
Are you red.
Red.
Okay.
Have you been to Flo's? Gotta go to Flo's.
No.
Oh.
I haven't been to Flo's.
We'll meet you
Chad to
there.
Flo's.
We'll meet you there.
Okay.
So it's
with
over.
Tammy.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Tammy in so long.
Yeah. So it's like at the end of Exposition
38.
and 38th.
Okay.
It used to be.
It's a wine
It's
bar.
across from
cool.
Camp
I haven't
Mabry.
been there.
And it's
It's
a
so
amazing.
good.
It's a
Okay.
female-run wine bar
Nice.
that is amazing, and they have
Okay.
really great pizza there.
Oh, that sounds great. I
Really
love
good
pizza.
salad.
So we try to go once a month there.
Okay.
Because Tammy's coming home from her. I live right there. I'm kind
Yeah.
of lucky, but you just have to go a little north of the river. And
Yeah.
you'll be right there.
I just went to House Wine last week, and
I
I
haven't
used to
been
go when it was over by P. Terry's. And then they moved, and it's so great and so cute.
Where's their new location?
It's on South First.
I love South First.
Yeah. So I met some friends there, and actually, those are friends that I just love. And they have been they went to Zilker, and they both had their boys were in first grade with Nolan, and I've kept in touch with them. And I hadn't seen them in forever, and I just reconnected with them last weekend.
Good for you.
So that was super fun.
It?
Melissa and Julie.
Yeah.
And do you remember Axel?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Jude and Nolan was like their little three group. Nolan was really good friends with them. And
sweet kids.
Yeah. So I've kept in touch with those moms, and they're great. They're both like really great people, and it was really nice to see them.
Awesome.
So, but yeah, I'm the worst at making like an effort at trying to hang out. There's people that I love. Like when y'all call, I was like, oh, I'm so glad I get to talk to them. And then there's people that I like that I don't know. I don't see and I don't reach out.
I can be the same way.
I think you do it professionally now, and so it takes away from...
You're putting all your energy into meeting new people all the time.
Yeah, it might be that. It might be that. But as far as things that I really, I'm thankful. I really enjoy hanging out with my family. I mean, Chad and Nolan, but also my parents are in New Braunfels, my sister, so it's, I'm like really fortunate, I think, that my family is close.
Awesome. That is the best thing, is having a close family.
Yeah. So I like going to England. We're going to England this summer. My family, we talked about being from the UK.
Well. I love
we usually go on a big vacation every summer. That's like all Chad planning that, not me. I'm just like, tell me what we're doing.
I'm the same way. I tried to plan something, and we ended up at the Tropicana in San Antonio. Shelly and Tammy and Feldman. Do you remember Stacy Feldman back in the day? Anyway, I said, let's go. I'll book the room. And I got a very cheap room, and there were like dirty Kleenexes on it. Around the pool, they had they had like AstroTurf around the pool. It was so gross. We had to move.
We got in the pool and all of our skins.
Yeah, Stacy was like telling her husband, I'm gonna spend the night. I'll see you in the morning. Then she calls. She goes, I'll be home soon. We left that hotel, and it was so funny because we went to the hotel. We were like, we don't think we can stay here. It's really kind of gross. And they go, we understand.
We understand. Oh my God.
Refund.
They gave us a full refund. It was only $150.
Yeah. That's crazy.
But we ended up staying in a really cute boutique hotel.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's
good. But I was like, oh gosh, I should never plan anything ever. I'm the worst planner in the world. I get anxiety about it. Or I usually will put it off until the last minute, and then I'm like, oh gosh, I forgot I had to do this.
Yeah. I feel like I'm actually a good planner, and I'm like good at planning events at work, but I don't have time to plan our own stuff. You know what I mean? And like Chad will really research. Like he'll research Airbnbs. Like, I don't know if you saw that picture. He found we had an amazing Airbnb in Paris across from like the Sacre-Cœur. Like it was literally out of our window. It was insane.
That's
like he'll
crazy.
Just dig around, read all the reviews, research all the stuff.
Yeah.
And he says, I'm a fireman. And they're like, whatever, you can have whatever you want.
Oh, I love that. Does he get, John, John's
worse than her.
That was one thing that I really enjoyed. We went to England a couple of years ago too, and my family's so great over there. It's funny because I have such a tiny family here. We have so many such a huge family in England. Like my dad and my mom. Like one had 4 kids. My dad is one of 3. My mom's one of 4. And all those aunts and uncles are still alive. And then all of them are
there?
They're all in England. And then all of them have kids that are like my age. So all my cousins are my age. All my cousins that are my age have kids that are around Nolan's age, within like a 7 or 8 year age range.
Wow.
So like a lot of my cousins in England, like their kids just went off to college around the same time as Nolan, and like it's really cool.
Lovely.
And they're so awesome. Like it's funny how much like
that's really sweet.
I get along with them. Like I was like, gosh, if I lived in England, I would want to hang out with these people. You know, like they're great. I have like really great relatives. And so that's kind of good and sad because it's kind of it's like, and then you wonder like, we really tried hard to keep in touch with all our English family when we first moved over here. And I don't know if we made more of an effort because it was so far, but like, I wondered if we lived in England, would we still try to see them as much or would it be as not? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's weird. But a lot of them get together though. So I think
May I ask, do you feel like it was a disservice to y'all not to be there?
I think you have to let some things go.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard to say because it's like that. Did y'all ever see that movie Sliding Doors with Gwyneth?
Yes.
I always, you know what I mean? I haven't seen that in so long, but it's like, your life could have taken one path or could have taken another, a totally different path. And who knows what I would be like if I lived in England my whole life and grew up there. And I don't know, it's hard to say. But I mean, we have a great life. I have a great family. I'm happy. I don't have any like regrets about moving here.
No. Yeah.
It was definitely odd. And I definitely feel for like when kids make big transitions like that, like or move to a different country or different state at that age.
Do you think y'all will ever and I don't know, like do you ever think like you and Chad will travel by yourself without Nolan?
Oh gosh, it's so hard.
I don't know. He's got like a lot of trips planned. Like because of his aviation obsession, he knows all that. He knows like every airport in the world and every airport code. And then he'll be like, oh, if we went to Copenhagen, we could fly to blah, blah, blah. Like he's kind of...
That's how my daughter is about like public transportation.
Okay, yeah. So he's got trips still that he wants to do. Yeah. And I think he's always going to want to travel with us. But I mean, I think Chad and I are going to travel on our own too. But I think there's always going to be at least one trip a year that Nolan is still coming with us because he loves to travel.
That's what we try to do.
After Nolan finishes college,
what's he want to do?
I think maybe public health or maybe being a criminal justice.
Do you think he'll move back home? Or?
No, I don't think he loves living by himself. And he's living in an apartment. We already got him an apartment for next year. So he's in the dorm now. He's living in an apartment next year because he kind of aged out of the dorm. And anyway, he's got an apartment, and
that's nice.
Assuming that goes relatively well,
it will. It'll be great.
It'll be okay. And then he wants to stay in Austin, and I think he wants to. I think he'll end up getting a job in public health, or possibly go back and do like the nurse vocational kind of program, or not the whole BSN bachelor, nursing program. But I think he might, if he's still into nursing, he may go back.
Because there's so many routes he could do, because he could be like somebody who does the sonograms, or somebody who does the blood taking, or somebody who does there's so many avenues.
So I think we'll just kind of see, and he's not taking a massive amount of classes. He's better with a smaller number. It's going to take him a little while longer to graduate, I think. So I think
there's no rush. Really, being an adult sucks, and it'll still be there tomorrow when you have to.
Yeah. So I think we'll just see what he wants to do, But he seems like he's probably going to stay in the Austin area.
Oh, cool.
That's his plan now. So
hey, I don't hate being an adult. So.
I know.
We'll see.
Well, it can be. Well, this has been so fun. I'm so glad we got to catch back up, and you're going to meet us at Flo's, or we can come to House.
Hey, and also,
anyway, we love you, Jackie.
You're love you guys too.
Sweetheart.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're one of our favorites, and we're so glad that you
finally we got Jackie B in the house.
Yes.
Thanks for all that you do for the autism community. It's incredible.
Oh, thanks.
So Texas.
Yeehaw.